But we'll only do it if we get extreme security, if we get not only surveillance, but everything that goes along with surveillance. And ultimately, we have to have the wall. If we don't have the wall, we're doing nothing.
Why did the Democrats say there was a deal at dinner?
There was no deal, and they didn't say they had a deal. In fact, they just put out a statement. They didn't say that at all.
Mr. President, if Republicans aren't able to get something in 6 months, will you continue the DACA program on your own?
Well, we'll talk about that, but I think a deal will be made before 6 months.
So no relief for DACA recipients unless you get the wall? Is that what you're saying?
The wall, at some point, they're going to have to. They cannot obstruct the wall. The wall, to me, is vital. If I don't get the wall, then we will become the obstruction.
What has to come first? Wall?
We have to have an understanding that whether it's in the budget or some other vehicle, in a fairly short period of time, the wall will be funded. Otherwise, we're not doing anything.
On tax reform, Mr. President, can you clarify what you said yesterday when you said that the wealthiest Americans will stay the same, maybe pay a little more? Some people interpreted that to say that you may actually raise rates on them.
So the wealthy Americans are not my priority. My priority are people in the middle class. And that's where we're giving the big tax reduction to. It's about the middle class, and it's about jobs, and it's about bringing jobs back to the country, bringing back the companies back, so that companies can get a reduction. Right now, we're paying the highest tax rate in the world. We want to bring that to around 15%. That would make us competitive with China and other countries. So my priority is bringing companies back, bringing money back into the country. There's trillions of dollars outside of our country that we could bring back, but the taxes don't allow it to happen.
But would you raise rates?
Just so you understand, my priority is jobs. Very simple. It's jobs, and it's the middle class taking care of them.
Would you possibly raise rates on the wealthiest Americans?
I don't think we'll have to do that, but this is not to benefit the wealthy. This is to benefit the middle class and to benefit companies where they're going to be producing jobs. We want to produce jobs. We want to produce jobs in this country. We want factories coming back, and they're already coming back. But we want factories coming back into our country. Right now, they're leaving our country. They've started since I've been in. As you know, you look at Michigan, you look at Ohio, you look at they're starting to come back. But to really bring them back, we have to reduce our tax rate. So we're trying to bring it down to around 15%.
But if you reduce the individual rates, sir, it will bring taxes down on the wealthy.
What's going to happen is the individual rate coming down will be substantial for the middle class. We want to take care of the middle class. We want to take care of jobs. The way we're going to get jobs is to make our companies more competitive. And don't forget, a lot of these companies are public companies owned by the public, owned by pension funds, owned by vehicles such as that, so they'll get a big benefit. Our priority is jobs and the middle class. Okay, now let's go and see how we're doing, because I think we're doing a good job in Florida.
Thank you.
Just one word on a very important subject. So your power is, I mean, literally, Rick, it's going on as we speak. It's going way ahead of schedule, weeks ahead of schedule. And much of it, most of it, I guess, outside of the Keys, where we have a very special problem, but we're working hard on that. That's a very, very special problem. That was just dead center. And but we're working very hard on that. And we've got a lot of goods out there, a lot of water, a lot of food, a lot of everything. But I'd like to ask your governor to say a few words. Again, he's been absolutely outstanding. Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Well, first off, I want to thank everybody for their prayers. We've had prayers from all over the world. I want to thank everybody for doing everything they can to get us back. I want to thank the President and the Vice President. What I can tell you is they were always accessible. They made quick decisions. They surrounded themselves with outstanding people. They were constantly calling me to say, what resources do we need? I want to thank basically the entire military. I want to thank the Coast Guard, the Navy. I want to thank Secretary Duke. I want to thank Administrator Long. They were always calling to say, what resources can we bring to the table? As you know, our state's been devastated. I've been in the Keys. If you go to the Keys, there were 9-foot storm surges. Their homes just toppled. We don't want to lose a life. Down here in this part of the state, we got a lot of flooding, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. We've got flooding up in the Northeast. We are working hard to get our power back on. Our utilities have restored over 4 million homes already. We're down to about 25% of our homes And every person in our state wants their power back. We all want our power back. But I want to thank them for what they're doing so far. We have high expectations. We want our power back as fast as possible. I want to thank the federal government for all their support, getting our ports reopened so we get our fuel back in our state. We're short of fuel. We've got lines in our gas stations. We still have lines in our gas stations. But the federal government has been a partner to help us make sure our ports get open so we get the fuel back in the state. We've done law enforcement escorts of our tanker trucks to get back to the gas stations, make sure we have fuel. So everybody has worked hard. I want to thank our National Guard. We've called up over 8,000 National Guard members. We've got National Guard members from other states down here, making sure our shelters were open, people were comfortable. We opened almost 600 shelters in record time. And it wouldn't have happened but for the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, the National Guard, but also National Guard from other states. So we have a lot of work to do. We're not done today. We're going to work hard. I know the federal government will continue to be a partner. Our locals will. Our state will. We're going to make sure we're continue to be a strong, resilient state. But I want to thank from the bottom of my heart everybody's prayers to help us get through this.
Great, thank you. So we are now going to be making a tour of the areas. We're going to see some of the folks and make sure they're happy, because we're trying to keep them as happy as we can under the circumstances. In many cases, they lost their homes, and it's a tough situation. So we're going to go see a lot of the folks. And I will tell you, again, I want to thank you. I want to thank the military. Just incredible. So thank everybody, and we'll see you later. Media, we appreciate you being so understanding. It's been a very tough period of time, even for you folks, and we really do appreciate your understanding. This has been a difficult situation. As Rick knows, almost all of the roads are now open, and the ports are just about open. What we had to do to get some of those ports open, people wouldn't even believe that we did it so quickly. So we're very proud of the job that everybody around has done. Thank you all. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're working on a plan subject to getting massive border control. We're working on a plan for DACA. People want to see that happen. You have 800,000 young people brought here, no fault of their own. So we're working on a plan. We'll see how it works out. But we're going to get massive border security as part of that. And I think something can happen. We'll see what happens, but something will happen. Yeah, they're doing a great job on power. They're doing a great job. Historically, there's never been anything like this. But the United States Coast Guard, FEMA, working along with Governor Scott, they've really done an amazing job. And power is being turned on rapidly. The power companies, we have the largest assemblage of human beings ever in one area for power. And rapidly it's being turned on. So we're very happy with that. The wall will come later. We're right now renovating large sections of wall, massive sections, making it brand new. We're doing a lot of renovation. We're building 4 different samples of the wall to see which one we're going to choose, and the wall is going to be built. It'll be funded a little bit later. Real quick. Well, we want to get massive border security, and I think that both Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, I think they agree with it. But so we met last night with, as you know, Schumer, Pelosi, and a whole group. And I think we're fairly close, but we have to get massive border security. Oh, I think he's on board. Yeah, Mitch is on board. Paul Ryan's on board. We all feel, look, 92% of the people agree on DACA. But what we want is we want very, very powerful border security, okay? We're going down to Florida. We'll see you in Florida. Ryan and McConnell agree with us on DACA. We're very much on board. I spoke to them, yes.